Gerry Dulac here on the Rich Eisen Show. The subtext to all this, too, Gerry, the background noise that popped into the foreground in the aftermath of this trade on Monday is T.J. Watt. And the fact that he is looking for a new contract and Jalen Ramsey is brought on and given a $1.5 million raise to bring his salary to 26 and change this year. And Jonnu Smith's salary goes from $4 million to $12 million. Some were saying might not sit well with T.J. Watt, who's looking for his. What can you tell us about this situation, Gerry?
Well, Rich, what I can tell you is that these moves have, and I've been told, have nothing to do with any negotiations with T.J. Watt. The stalemate is going to be that T.J. Watt, wants to be the highest paid non-quarterback in the league, and the Steelers are looking at it that he's age 31. In order to accommodate any kind of large contract, it can't be a 3-year deal. It has to be a 5-year deal because you need to spread the money out in terms of the guarantee and the signing bonus over 5 years, not 3. And now you're looking at T.J. Watt being age 36. Now, that doesn't mean, of course, as you get closer, they can change it up and move on from if they choose to do that. But I'm bringing all this up because it's not a smart business decision for the Steelers, and they know it. And that's what they're weighing. They want to bring T.J. Watt back. They did see a decline in his performance last year, but they tend to pay guys for their past performance as much as what they feel they can still do. They believe they will sign T.J. Watt, but something's going to have to give because the Steelers know even if they sign him, it's probably not the smartest business decision. And let's face it, Rich, they're not the Jets or the Browns. They've had a history of making smart business decisions. I'm sure they will do it again, but that's kind of going to be the conundrum in these negotiations with T.J. Watt. But this last move with Jalen Ramsey has no bearing, I was told, on anything financially that will happen with T.J. Watt.
No, and that makes sense. It's just, again, Watt sitting there and saying, I deserve to be paid, and two guys who haven't played it down for the Steelers are brought on and given raises. And, it's not like the Steelers don't want to give him a raise. They just don't want to give him the raise above Myles Garrett and look at that as a business decision. But that said, Gerry, I mean, again, all the eggs are in the 2025 basket. How do they play footsie with T.J. Watt? How is that possible?
That's what we're going to find out. And if T.J. Watt sticks to wanting to be the highest paid non-quarterback in the league, then they're going to have a problem. Look, Rich, the Steelers do have, the leverage. They can have him play out his final year, and they could put the franchise tag on him if they want to. The Steelers don't play hardball for the most part with their stars. Maybe some other players, but not with their stars. And so I don't think they're just going to all of a sudden relent to T.J. Watt, but that's what we're going to find out. And that's why I said it's going to be a headbutt, and we're going to see who butts heads the hardest here. And is T.J. Watt willing to acquiesce a little, or the Steelers going to sit there and go, you know what? Okay, let's just pay him and we'll worry about the rest later. So, that's what we're going to find out. This isn't going to be as easy as the last contract for TJ, where he was in his prime. And I'm not saying he doesn't have good years left, but they saw a little bit of a decline last year. And again, at age 31, they want to be very careful how long, how much and how long this contract is for. But they don't have much option other than a 5-year deal with any kind of significant money. And to your earlier point, Rich, DK Metcalf, 5 years, $150 million, the biggest contract they've ever handed. TJ Watt's going to sit there and go, whoa, you're giving this guy that kind of money. I think you got to do something even above that for me.
Yeah. I mean, you can't blame him either,
No,
I mean, to
not
be
at
very
all.
honest,
I don't blame him
these
at all.
are three guys that have yet to play it down for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And TJ Watt, I mean, you obviously just look at Acrisure. How many 90 jerseys are there? You know what I mean? And so what do you think when is midnight strike? Every team has a different sense of when midnight strikes. What is it, do you think, for this deal, Gerry?
I think midnight strikes after August 23rd or whatever that Thursday is, the last preseason game against Carolina, and sometime between the 23rd or whatever that date is. I don't have the calendar in front of me, Rich, but in September 7th, the season opener. So sometime between there. As I said, the Steelers want to and believe they will sign T.J. Watt. He's T.J. Watt. Trading Minka is not going to cause a big furor among the fan base. There are probably people, well, I know there are, because I already hear them griping about maybe it's time to move on from T.J. Watt. They're not willing to do that. So, this is a different animal than Minka Fitzpatrick. You could see that one coming, at least so far as much as I was told. It's not on their radar to trade T.J. Watt. So that's not going to happen. But we're going to find out, where it stands. But I think it'll go through training camp personally, Rich. Wow. But before the regular season.
So if you say midnight strikes around August 23rd, when does midnight strike for the time Mike Tomlin will not take any more questions on T.J. Watt, Jerry? When does that midnight strike?
Well, I think that was yesterday.
Okay. Catch the Rich Eisen Show live weekdays from 12 to 3 p.m. Eastern on Roku Sports Channel in the U.S.